I learned to stay strong. Concrete in the dirt I was raised on. Know how to put in work. Grinding all day, you know it's game on. My skin is thick, yeah, it's tough. Running, yeah, we stay alive. Ain't gotta look nowhere else. All of this greatness inside. Don't think you're ready for this part. This is our moment, here we are. How could you be a star if you don't shine and you afraid of the dark? Say you want to be a big fish, but you can't swim with the sharks.
Welcome to this episode of Riot Pro Wrestling. I'm Everett Lee. On this episode, #1 Contenders match for the Riot Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. Sean Scott, who is one half of the Riot Pro Wrestling Tag-Team Champions, takes on Vertigo. Let's go to ringside and check this matchup out.
The following match is considered for one fall, and it is the #1 Contenders match.
Take us out.
Introducing first, fighting out of Southside Chicago, Sean Scott.
Hey fans, this is Chris Carnage here for some more Riot Pro Wrestling action with the one, the only, Everett Lee.
Chris, this is going to be great here. This #1 Contenders match, and look at that right there, Chris. We have the Riot Tag-Team Champion coming out here, Sean Scott, with the Pyramid by his side.
Absolutely, Mr. Showtime getting involved in a lot of things lately, as we see him making his way to the ring with Ramos, alongside Sean Scott, who is trying to get back to the promised land and win this #1 contendership match for the Riot Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Championship.
Hey, what's Venom doing here? Venom got fired a few months ago. What gives him the right to be here? Did he buy a ticket, Chris?
Maybe he did, I'm not sure.
Or did he hustle his way in?
Oh my goodness, Everett Lee. Making assumptions of people. As we see Showtime now noticing.
And his opponent, fighting out of Senor Puerto Rico, this is Vertigo.
Vertigo, a seasoned veteran in the squared circle, now making his way to the ring.
Vertigo has went through some interesting changes I've seen in the last years of him wrestling here in the state of Florida, Chris. Looks like he's a fan of baseball this time around. Hopefully he don't come out next week or next month as a hockey player, because it doesn't ice in Puerto Rico.
Goodness. As you see Vertigo going nose to nose with Ramos. Ramos removing his glasses. Vertigo, though, with that equalizer in his hand.
There's some history here with D. Ramos and Vertigo, Chris, that both were really familiar with each other. D. Ramos is letting Vertigo know, you better get the step in there.
Oh, my goodness. Vertigo taking a swing there at Ramos.
What'd he do to him? He just came up there to probably ask him if that bat was signed by the great Bambino.
Oh my goodness, Everett Lee. Absolutely ridiculous as we see Vertigo finally agreeing to put down that bat.
Watch your face.
Yeah, he needs to get rid of that bat, because this ain't baseball, this is wrestling, Chris.
I mean, absolutely true, but the thing is, at the end of the day, the numbers game is something that Vertigo is going to have to worry about here in this matchup.
Numbers. The only numbers that Vertigo is going to have to worry about is the numbers on the back of that jersey he just wore to the ring.
Oh my goodness, Everett Lee. As we now get this match underway for the #1 contendership for the Riot Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Championship.
Both men feeling each other out here, Chris.
Fans seemingly behind Vertigo, but Vertigo will word Ramos there, who's lurking right outside the ring.
These people at the Volusia Mall They don't know. They don't see greatness in the ring in the caliber of Sean Scott. They don't know what they're doing.
I mean, it's a possibility to see Sean Scott and Vertigo tie up. Vertigo pushing Sean Scott into the corner. Ref starts the count with a clean breakup.
Yeah, Vertigo better back up because Sean Scott means business, and Sean Scott needs room to breathe because Sean Scott has a strategy going into this #1 contenders match for the Riot Heavyweight Championship, Chris.
I mean, he's going to need something for Vertigo as we see both men tie up yet again. Sean Scott now getting the better of Vertigo, driving him into the corner as the ref starts the count.
Sean Scott can dish it out and he can throw it right back. There you go. That's right. He's ready. Bring it, Vertigo, because you're in the ring with a champion.
I mean, well, he has to win this match to have that shot, but at the end of the day, both men feeling each other out here. Vertigo, though, going for that rear waist lock and then a trip down and putting some old-fashioned wrestling moves and showing that Sean Scott is not on his level.
Sean Scott, he's on anyone's level when he gets in the ring, Chris. He is on the level of Vertigo. He is on his level, and he's going to show him right here as he's getting ready to warm up.
Everett Lee, Vertigo is a veteran in this scene. As we see right now, though, Sean Scott going to the rear waist lock on Vertigo. Vertigo dropping down, trying to break those hands, break that hold of Sean Scott, sinking as deep as he can, but Sean Scott being smart, moving to the head of Vertigo.
Look at that. He put his own weight down, Vertigo's own weight. Forced him down, Chris. This is the kind of strategy and defense that Sean Scott needs to do in this matchup.
I mean, he needs to figure out something now as Vertigo now goes on the offensive, but Sean Scott grabbing the rope to break the hold.
There you go. Great ring awareness right there. Grabbing a hold of that rope, making that break, making Vertigo break that hold so he can gather himself, collect himself, and recalibrate and get a better situation on this match against Vertigo.
Absolutely. Sean Scott having words for Vertigo. We see both men now going forward as Vertigo rolls through and gets a little roll up on Sean Scott. Sean Scott kicking out, and then Vertigo going into a waist lock, roll through into a roll up, kick out by Sean Scott. Sean Scott rolls to the outside.
I don't think that strategy is trying to pin Sean Scott quick and early is going to work for Vertigo, as Sean Scott's rolled himself out of the ring there to collect himself, because Sean Scott needs to get his head back in this game, because I do feel, Chris, that he's been off here the last few months.
He has been off the last few months, not sure what's been going on mentally for him, as we see Ramos now taunting Vertigo yet again.
He's letting Vertigo know next time he tries anything slick, he's going to be right there to put Vertigo in check, Chris.
Oh, my goodness, Everett Lee, as we see Ramos now coming back to the side of Sean Scott. Sean Scott trying to find some answers for Vertigo. Oh, Sean Scott maybe thought he found him, but he's going to try and take a little more time to think about it.
He dropped a quarter in the ring. He had to go reach in there and grab it, Chris.
Was he needed for the bus? My goodness.
Well, they're talking about going to the dollar store after this matchup. And
oh my goodness.
What?
Vertigo says he's had enough, delivering a huge shot to Sean Scott and then bouncing his head off the ring apron.
Look at that cheap shot. What a cheap shot. Sean Scott wasn't even ready. Look at Vertigo. Yeah. You better pay attention to Sean Scott, Vertigo, instead of looking at D. Ramos.
Oh, my goodness. Absolutely ridiculous as Vertigo makes his way back into the ring. But, oh, my goodness. Sean Scott literally cutting him off by kicking that ring into the you-know-what. My goodness. Sean Scott now in control. Delivering a huge leg drop with the cover. 1, 2. Oh, but a kick out.
The Scott drop. That's what I call it there, that leg drop there. Look at that right there. Look at that. Sean Scott, perfect opportunity. And look at that.
Sean Scott, oh my goodness. Mr. Showtime getting involved yet again in a match here at Retribution.
Oh, I think he's trying to give him a breath mint, Chris, because his breath does stink, because he's stinking right now against Sean Scott, as Sean Scott is just taking it to Vertigo, Chris.
Everett Lee, I feel like you were getting way too excited over here. I need you to take it down a notch, because at the end of the day, this is all just what seems like a playground for Mr. Showtime.
If this is a playground, Chris, we'd have Ruby Flyer in here bouncing around.
This isn't a bounce house, Everett Lee. My goodness, as we see now Showtime wanting to take our shot, but Ramos cutting off Showtime from going on the offensive. Vertigo here.
Vertigo. Oh, yep.
What does
Deep
that mean?
Ramos is
Sean
watching
Scott,
him.
though, taking advantage of the distraction. Oh, delivering these clubbing blows to the chest of Vertigo.
Oh.
Sean Scott firmly in control.
Look at that, Chris. Sean Scott turned the pace on this match. He slowed it down in his favor, Chris.
Absolutely. As we see Vertigo kick out after that vicious headbutt from Sean Scott.
The match has slowed down. He knows exactly what he's doing, Sean Scott does, as he's going to slowly take out Vertigo as he's positioning himself. Oh!
Vertigo battling back, though, and delivering a huge shot to Sean Scott, but Sean Scott with the cutoff, and now a huge scissors kick.
Oh! Look at that. Can you dig that, sucker?
Oh, my goodness, Everett Lee, you're ridiculous. Sean Scott with the cover. 1, 2, and a kick out from Vertigo.
Vertigo still showing fight. He don't know where he's at. He's thinking he's back on the baseball field in Puerto Rico there. By that look in his face there, he's rattled by Sean Scott.
Sean Scott driving the head of Vertigo into the turnbuckle, but Vertigo seeming unfazed as Sean Scott delivers yet another blow. Seemingly, though, Vertigo is just gaining energy from this. Sean Scott, goes for the third. Vertigo reverses, and he's now just drilling Sean Scott's head in the turnbuckle.
Man.
Sean Scott with the headbutt.
He cut him off, and another headbutt.
They're just trading vicious headbutts back and forth. Oh, my goodness, that can't be good for the brain.
Now, this is a meeting of the minds, Chris, and whose mind's going to win? Sean Scott or Vertigo? Oh, my goodness, not the hair. Not the hair.
So vicious. Oh, it's an eye poke from Sean Scott. Ends the exchange.
Look at this. Look at that clothesline, Chris. Wow. Sean Scott just got rattled. He needs to get himself back up. He needs to get back at Vertigo. Look at both of these competitors, Chris.
Absolutely insanity that we were seeing here in this Riot Pro Wrestling #1 Contenders match for the Heavyweight Championship. Both men trying to find some will, trying to find some energy to get back up and keep going.
Both men has given it all. They went toe-to-toe, and they're still going, Chris. They might fight forever.
Huge double axe handle by Vertigo, and another to Sean Scott. Vertigo setting the pitch. And a huge shot to Sean Scott. Now, he has that bat ready. And another shot to Sean Scott, and then a huge German. Vertigo now back in control in this matchup, rolling Sean Scott for the pin. 1, 2. Oh my goodness. That had to take everything Sean Scott had.
There you go, Chris. There you go. Sean Scott's not giving up. He is still in it, and he is going to win it. He needs to win this #1 Contenders match because he has a lot to prove, because he wants that Riot Heavyweight Championship. He deserves that Riot Heavyweight Championship.
Oh my goodness. Vertigo, though, applying a submission maneuver on Sean Scott.
Look at
Sean
that.
Scott's not careful. This could be it. He's trying to back Vertigo into the turnbuckle to break the hold. Finally, Vertigo releases the hold. Oh my goodness. But locks it right back in on Sean Scott.
Looks like a Cobra Clutch there, Chris, applied.
But Sean Scott delivers a huge jawbreaker, and Vertigo just knocked out the ref on accident.
Oh my goodness. The ref just tripped and fell. Vertigo just inadvertently just knocked out the ref, man. He's trying to find a way to win. He's going to use that bat, I bet.
He applies the maneuver a third time. Oh my goodness. As Sean Scott rolls through, still locked in. Pin 1, 2, 3. But there was a tap too.
What?
What? Who won this match?
Sean Scott won. Sean Scott just pinned Vertigo.
And we had a second referee come in to hit the count as the ref was knocked out, the initial ref.
What's Todd the ref doing out
But the initial ref is raising Vertigo's hand. The second ref is raising Sean Scott's hand.
Sean Scott's the one who just pinned Vertigo.
You see this? You see what happened? Sean Scott won. He put him down. His shoulders were on the mat. Who pays you? I pay you. I pay you. Who pays both of y'all?
That's
I
right.
pay you. What did I just say?
Oh my goodness.
Come here. Now. Go.
Sean Scott calling the ref into the ring. The second ref.
Todd the ref.
All right, Sean Scott has the second ref raise his hand, declaring him the winner, but the first ref is insisting that it's Vertigo.
Sean Scott.
This is pandemonium.
His shoulders were pinned, Chris. Vertigo's shoulders were pinned.
Yeah, but Sean Scott tapped out. We saw it clear as day.
Sean Scott didn't tap out.
You lost.
That's right. You lost, Vertigo. You're not the #1 contender.
I'm sorry. I feel like Vertigo has a legitimate gripe here. I'm not sure what's going to happen with this now.
I won. He saw you. 1, 2, 3, middle of the ring. You lost.
That's right. You lost, Vertigo.
Raise his hand.
Everett Lee, I have to disagree. I saw the tap. Vertigo should be the winner as the first ref is declaring.
He's not the winner. Sean Scott's the winner. He had his shoulders pinned.
Well, either way, this is pandemonium. I am not sure what's going to happen here.
What do you mean a draw?
What the hell you mean, draw, boy?
What?
A draw?
Due to referee's decision, this matchup has been declared a draw.
Oh my goodness. What does that mean for the #1 contendership?
I don't know, Chris. Mr. Showtime, man, he has backed himself into a corner on this one. He's going to have to make some kind of decision, which he will because he is our great general manager here at Riot Pro Wrestling.
What are you talking about? I feel like this shows his ineptitude as our general manager. This is absolutely ridiculous. It finally came back to bite him, but Vertigo has that bat. He's going after Showtime.
Oh, what? Why'd you let you go to Showtime, man? You don't go after someone who's made a decision there.
You know exactly why, Everett Lee. My goodness. As we see Showtime trying to hide from Vertigo.
He's looking for some Kleenex, man. He had something in his eye. He's looking for some paper towels.
Oh, Everett Lee.
You done.
Do your boss meeting.
You're so funny. You finally learned English, and now you got something to say.
Oh my goodness, a jab there from Sean Scott.
Go back home.
Sean Scott and Vertigo just exchanging words. Oh my goodness. This is absolute pandemonium. We have a draw for the #1 contendership for the Riot Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. I don't know what this is going to mean going forward.
All I know is that one of these men should be #1 contender.
Sorry, kid. You came try to cheat with all your boys. Sorry, I got your number. I got your boy's number. I'm sorry, Ramos. You were my partner. Now you're just another enemy.